Welcome to episode number 311 of the Keep Up Podcast.
Where it only takes two of you to listen to five of us. I never want to do math.
No. I guess in the YouTube videos you do a lot of counting.
Yeah.
Or maybe I bring up numbers a lot and you just turn it into math.
Numbers is life. And if we're not talking about life here, what are we doing?
That's a great point, Tim. And speaking of great points, welcome to the Keep Up Podcast, where I'm Brett and Tim is Tim.
That's me!
And we talk about all the things we consume, be it media or food, and generally just have a pretty good time. And we haven't recorded a podcast in a long time, and we're both dying to do this.
I like how that's part of the intro now. I feel like the last five podcasts.
This time feels longer than the other long times.
I think this might have been the biggest break in between.
Yeah. What happened is some of the reactions and content we've been doing on YouTube, some things came out that we had to prioritize because we had either talked about them already or in one case we had a video already planned to record and then more content around that particular song came out. So just it just kept pushing us back, and it was like a mad dash to edit last week because we decided to put out 2 videos in one day. One of those videos was 2 reactions in one video.
Yes.
Dude, I was proud of us.
It was a good hustle.
Good hustle.
Dude, we work together so well.
We do.
Not many people can say that.
We should start a podcast.
Oh, that's a good idea. Dude, let's start fresh. Next episode number 1.
Oh my gosh.
The
dude.
Keep Up Podcast 2.
I want our legacy to be that of Doctor Who, where people are like, all right, which era of the Keep Up are you listening to?
What are you a fan of, actually?
Because in 2017, they started numbering their YouTube videos different than what the actual episode was.
Dude, I was there before Sonic music came
Oh
out.
my gosh. Oh, Sonic music. Do we talk about this now?
Yeah, let's do it.
Is it too early in the episode for a death?
Does it have to be a death? Brett wants to kill Sonic music.
I don't know. Let me tell you guys.
Here's where we're at.
Let me tell you guys what happened. Let me hit this real quick first, actually. So if you guys are regular listeners, you'll notice the bumper at the beginning is gone. I'm going to just let you know here. I'm going to let you know here and now. If you want to follow us on other platforms, you can find us on YouTube at the Keep Up Podcast. You're going to get more video content there. If you are watching the podcast on YouTube, welcome to watching the podcast on YouTube.
Hey.
You can also listen to it wherever you get your podcasts.
We're at a new angle, too. I mean, it's been,
It is a brand new angle.
A brand new angle.
We built... What is that noise?
Was it... What's your phone doing, Brett?
I don't know, dude.
I'm going to go listen. Brett, vamp.
Go check it.
It sounds scary.
Yeah, I think that's a... what time is it? It's an alarm.
Oh, it stopped recording.
It did?
You bastard.
Just hit record again.
Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure it didn't do any of that. Do you have any other alarms set?
No.
Okay.
I didn't know an alarm would...
Stop recording?
Yeah, I'll just put some filler video there or something. That's weird.
Yeah, it can't be too much, I don't think.
Yeah.
That we lost.
No, the alarm's for 7:30 and it's still 7:30.
Dude, what happens at 7:30?
We can't have lunch. That's my eating cutoff. I'm trying not to eat after 7:30.
Oh, dude, that's one thing I really need to work on is stopping eating at night.
Yeah, it's hard. Oh, well, I mean, because you're counting calories and stuff, right? So, I mean, if you have that going for you, I feel like it's one or the other.
You don't think I need both?
You could do both, but I feel like if you're at least doing one or the other, like when I was counting calories, if I made it till 6 p.m. and I still had hundreds of calories left, I was like, let's go. If I wasn't hungry, I'd just ride it out and be like, okay, cool, I was way under.
It's because I usually eat at night, and so my post-workout hunger sneaks in.
Yeah.
Did I say eat, work out? What did I say?
You said all of those things, and I don't remember when you said it.
I work out at night.
Yeah.
And then I eat.
You did say I eat at night.
Didn't I?
So you work out at night, and then the post-workout hunger. It all meant the same thing.
Right. You knew where I was going with it.
I thought I did. And now I think I also think that I did.
Anywho, we're not gonna go too far off on a tangent because we had to roll it back to Sonic.
And death.
So
I got a nice little notification the other day from the distribution we use for our podcast. And it was a notification that was like, hey, if you don't respond within 60 days, all of these episodes are going to be completely eradicated from the internet. So I sent the link to Tim. I sent him a screenshot, And it was basically like when you get flagged on YouTube for using music or something like that. And these episodes went all the way back to somewhere recent, but as early as like episode, I think 74 or something like that, way back. And every one of them was flagged for using music. And they were all Sonic music.
Right, because we don't play any music.
We don't play anything else. I don't know why I said that. Like, that was a big reveal. It was all for the Sonic songs. I don't know why. It was like 11 episodes. I don't have those episodes saved anywhere.
No.
So I was like, okay, I can download these all and edit them, re-upload them. I have time. Not many days later, I got online, and it was like, you have 90 minutes. You have 90
so
minutes
I wonder what you saw.
I think it must have said 60 hours.
But then, you must have checked in like almost less than 3 days.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So I panicked and just contested all of them, and because that was an option. And
have you since downloaded them?
I have not. But I'm pretty sure that once you contest them,
I would download them to be safe.
yeah, I mean, probably.
It's got to be less than a gigabyte, right?
Probably.
Maybe a little bit.
I
more.
was having a hard time downloading them actually because it was doing that thing where like you click download and it just brings you to a separate window and plays it. So I didn't put that much time into it because I had to start working. So
excuses.
all of that to say, I don't know if we're gonna get the okay to continue using those songs, or if I'm gonna have to go through and edit the music out of those podcasts because I don't want to lose those episodes.
Right, it's our history.
It's our history. And we may need to lay to rest Sonic music.
That hurts. That hurts a lot.
It's a tough one. I mean, I didn't realize how far back the tradition went. And I mean,
it's one of those things where like it's because it's tradition, it hurts, but we grow.
we grow.
We grow, and sometimes we have to accept changes because the world is changing.
That's right.
And Sonic music will always be there. It'll always be there in the older episodes.
That's right. You
can
guys
go
know about it.
Yeah, you guys can go to YouTube and listen to these. I don't know if I've accepted it, but I understand it.
I mean, at least for now, because if we're this might be a new thing. And maybe you told me there has been some information about, I don't know if it's Spotify for podcasters but platforms are getting a little tighter on copyright within podcasts. And because we've never, I mean, episode 74 has probably been up for what, a decade?
Yeah.
It's been up for years.
Yeah, it must. I mean, over 5 years at least.
Yeah, for sure. So,
It's so weird when something that old gets like copyright strike or whatever. Like at this point, if you didn't catch it 5 years ago, why does it matter now?
Just let us have it.
Yep.
It's like 15 seconds of a 40-year-old song from Sega Genesis. You know?
And video games are usually safe, at least to YouTube standards. So I never thought anything would happen with them.
I mean, to be fair, I've been doing the dirty work of finding a new Sonic song every week for that long. I probably found like one that, I've gone to corners of Sonic music that I didn't know existed. So
yeah, you might have borrowed some from the movie, although the movie probably wasn't out till way later.
No, but there are some recent ones too. So I don't know. But rather than fight with any kind of copyright claims for an ongoing bit, I think we may have to halt the Sonic musicking. And if you're new here and you don't know about Sonic music, you can start one episode ago or go as far back as many years, and you'll find out. Just wait for it. You'll find out.
Brett, can I do it one more time?
You can, but we have to just sing the Sonic song.
Okay. I know which one we have to sing, too. There's only one we can end on.
I think. I mean, I could throw one in there, but look, we should see if we sing the same one.
Yep. Okay.
Are we going to start the same way, you think?
Maybe.
It's the very beginning.
It's the very beginning.
Yeah.
Okay, I have two in mind.
Okay.
There was one that I was like, this will be it.
Even if it's a different one, we have to continue singing the one that we choose.
Yeah, we had to, even if we don't do it, there's a 50-50 chance we'll pick the same one, because I think there's two in particular that I think are history. Okay, so I'll say it, and then we'll sing it.
Yeah, okay. And then say it right before we get to, 45 seconds. And we'll go for 10 seconds.
Okay.
See how long that is.
Ready?
Yeah.
Sonic music. That was 10 seconds. That was 10.
Already?
Yeah.
Oh, it happened so fast.
It was so quick. I was this close to a Marvel
What'd you
song.
do? The
ba ba ba.
That's the I don't know that song.
That's the Amy theme.
I only know your version. I thought you were gonna do the one that
I know, the one that
you almost quit.
Dude, I still hate it.
Well, I guess we can do Sonic music every week if it's that.
Right? If we do our own. No, you know what? Now this is going to make me create a new tradition. Every episode we're going to try.
Ooh, okay.
Whether it's music or some crazy thing. Remember when we did that one thing where I had the secret word that you had to guess?
Yes.
And you get a prize?
Yeah.
I did that once.
You did it. You did do that one time. Tim was like, I have a brand new segment. And little did we know it was also the funeral for that segment. We also did, what was the other thing? This or that. We've done like maybe 4 times.
Yep.
That's a good one. I feel like you could bring that back. Mm-hmm. So yeah, maybe we'll replace Sonic music with a new mini segment.
Bits are always fun.
Totally. Yeah. I was just on a podcast recently, the Christo Show, and he started a new segment where it's a 1-minute rapid fire question. Rapid fire. 1 minute of nice. Rapid fire. 1 minute of rapid fire questions. I was trying to pluralize something in there.
Rapid fires.
And it was super fun. The worst part about it was I took forever to answer the first question, and I love rapid fire questions.
Yeah.
But I feel like this or that could have that kind of energy.
Right, because you just got to answer it quickly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But yes, let us lay Sonic music to rest. A holy moment.
Yeah.
For a holy song. Anywho,
yeah,
we got a lot of things to hit today.
We do
in our podcast of basically a monthly podcast at this point.
Don't you ever talk about my podcast like that?
It's half mine. I think we got to go into a reflection.
You're right. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. Please, a moment to reflect.
Today, because I was excited. And I felt like we were both excited.
I'm always excited.
I posted a little story on our Instagram.
Oh, he went on Instagram.
Yep, maybe you've heard of it. We got a little over 300 followers. No big deal. Wait, did you not stop the...
Oh, I guess not.
You paused it?
Well, I thought...
All right, this one's on Tim, guys.
Dude, it's not my fault. You got a stupid alarm on your stupid phone.
That's my fault. It has... I will be...
so many alarms.
Are they off?
Well, the other 2 are not going to happen.
Yeah, that's fine.
Unless we're here till 11:30 p.m.
I got to tell you guys, my alarms have caused almost exclusively problems since I set them. So I might have to get rid of those.
You just, shut it off on podcast night.
Yeah, I guess I could do that. So what I was saying was we have a shocking amount of followers on Instagram. And, oh, nice, because like electricity.
Right.
And I went on there. What?
Huh?
What?
Nothing.
Can I finish setting this up, please?
Brett, we already lost the attention of everyone.
It was.
Nobody's got the attention span anymore.
It was 15 seconds
the
of
alarm,
blackness.
Everyone left. Everyone was like, I can't be here.
Everyone was like, I can't eat.
I can't do anything.
I can't watch this podcast
You
without
stopped everyone's
lunch.
dinner?
Yeah.
So what'd you do on Instagram with our 47,000 followers?
I went on Instagram at the Keep Up Podcast and I posted a little question.
Okay.
It was very specific.
Okay.
What would you like us to talk about?
Oh, that was quite specific.
It was like an AMA situation, you know, because we wanted to get the people involved and we got a few questions.
Okay. I haven't seen these questions.
You haven't seen
yet.
these at all? I actually think I need help with one of them. So I hope you can help me with that.
Okay.
I don't know. Let's get into it.
Testing my knowledge?
Well, just testing. I just don't understand. So, Tim.
Yes.
From an Anti-Hero production, shout out to our boy Edward. What do you think of the Sonic DC crossover? This was specifically directed to you. Do you have it?
Of course I have
He's
it.
got it right here.
I have it. I got it right here.
We've been talking a lot about crossovers lately because
it's my life.
You guys know Tim's the Sonic guy. I'm the Turtles guy. And I don't know if anyone's been getting as many crossovers as Sonic and the Turtles lately. Maybe Godzilla and Transformers.
Godzilla has been insane.
Yeah.
Godzilla, Power Rangers, I think.
Power Rangers, true,
they
yeah.
got the most.
Yep.
Comics it's such a beautiful universe of crossovers.
It was so fun.
I don't know why it's so easy for comics to cross over. Characters in comics as opposed to video games and movies. I guess it takes a lot more money to do that, where comics takes a lot of money and you got to do art. But
I guess so. I mean, there are multiple brands and publishers and creators involved, but it does seem like man, it doesn't take as much to get that made as it does to get a game made.
DC and Sonic is crazy.
Just seeing it on the cover is wild.
Never in a million years would I think Sonic would be running with the Flash or Knuckles be flying with Superman.
Yeah, let me see.
So I haven't read them yet. I wanted to wait till it was finished. But the few things I've seen about it are very exciting because it seems like they each team up with a character. So Amy's with Wonder Woman, Shadow's with Batman, and they kind of like, it's almost like Bring Your Kid to Work Day, where they all like follow them. And I don't know, but I don't know the premise of the story, so I don't know why the worlds collide or anything.
So what do you think is going to happen in this? Because I feel like the formula is you do the team ups, right?
Yes.
And then at some point there's some kind of like combination or there's a crossing of villains. Who's Sonic going to fight in the DC universe? Who's fighting Joker?
Right, like, so, because I think it's going to be a five-issue series.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's going to be smaller villains or like one big villain, because when you have them cross over, it's got to be huge.
Yeah,
It's got to be a huge event.
5 will be a big finale.
And I don't see them like fighting each other. That happens a lot in crossovers.
Oh, yeah,
where
they
it's
hate
like,
each other first.
Exactly, they don't get along. I could see maybe Knuckles, because Knuckles pairs up with Superman, which is very funny.
That is funny.
But
They're both aliens.
I guess so.
Well, all of Sonic's cast is aliens, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Tails is with Cyborg, which just works well. Like all the combinations are great. I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I would say, I mean, obviously it has to be Eggman as the Sonic villain.
Yeah, which is so funny.
Yeah, which is like insane because whoever he teams up with, because they could do Darkseid. That's always a big like Justice League villain.
So I mean,
maybe too dark.
Right, you think Eggman's going to be the bumbling idiot? Like,
he usually is.
I mean, that's just what he is, yeah. But I guess if you're going to do like a buddy movie with DC villains are the darkest, scariest villains ever.
Right, because you can't do Joker and Eggman. Joker's too crazy. Maybe Lex Luthor, because they're both like smart guys.
I could see that. Oh yeah, you're probably right. Actually, that's a good one.
That would probably be what I would think.
Yeah.
Oh, who's with Green Lantern?
I don't know. You said Shadow and Batman are hanging out?
Yep. Silver. I see Silver.
Just a couple of Batmans.
Yeah, right. They are just both Shadow Man.
That's really funny.
But yeah, so I believe issue 2 just got released. Or 3. So, yeah, I got to wait a couple months till it's all finished. But I do have the first issue here, and I definitely am excited about it.
Yeah, that's a cool crossover.
I'm a sucker for crossovers.
Yeah.
There's Godzilla. I think it's Godzilla fights or kills the Marvel universe. Did you see that one?
No, I did not.
Yeah, or Predator. I'm sorry. Predator kills the Marvel universe.
Oh, man. There's also, you know what's coming out? I have a funny comic shop story, actually. I want to say it's Spider-Man and Predator is coming out.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, here's the story. The only comic book that I have on my pull list is Ninja Turtles.
Of course, it has to be.
Yeah, that's it. I can't. Everything else I buy in trades when I can, stop and read something new. Just because I can't afford, bro. The comics that I want to read, you have a couple on a pull list. Like they add up quick. So
I do recommend though Gmart. You get them half off. Every comic's half off.
That is huge.
It's insane, but it comes at the cost of shipping. Because you do have to ship them all.
Sure.
And sometimes you have to wait like a month or two in between.
That wouldn't be too big a deal for me because I'm always behind anyways.
Yep. But I don't know how they do it. Everything's half off. If you subscribe, they give you half off. So all my Sonic comics, so that one's like $5. I get it for $2.50.
Wow.
Yep.
That's like a free comic every time you buy it.
Right.
Yeah,
it's
that's
really
wild.
good. So pro tip, Gmart. It's online too. So you don't got to do nothing.
Okay.
But you got to pay for shipping.
That's a pro Tim tip. I didn't do that. And I went to my local shop, and I'm usually like a few months late because
it's cool they keep it for that long.
They
though.
do. They're probably like, nah. I guarantee you, people start working there, and at some point the conversation is had, and someone who's been there longer is like, that guy always comes. He'll come eventually.
Yeah, I wonder if they remember you specifically because you take so long. I don't know.
Also, my last name is the same as Garth Ennis, who's like a well-known comic writer. So, like, I don't know, maybe.
Right, maybe they think it's like that guy.
I feel like they talk about me a lot, is my point. I feel like
you're so famous.
They think about me a lot, and they're like, no, that's Brett Ennis.
Yes.
Don't touch his Ninja Turtles comics that have been there for 4 months. So it actually must have been 3 because I had 3 books there. And it was really funny because I get there, and I'm like, hey, last name's Ennis. I think I have a couple books for me. And the kid pulls them out. Comic books have 2 sides, right? We're all on the same page?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, they got a front and a back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both of which can have an image of comic book characters.
Sure.
Well-known or not, right? He takes the books. Very nice dude. Kid was crushing it. think maybe he's new. I don't know. You decide. I'll tell you the story, and you decide. He puts the books down in front of me, and I know what it is because I only have turtles on my pull list. So he's like, it looks like there's a Spider-Man Predator, and he puts it down, and I notice it's backwards. For two reasons. One, it's not a Turtles book, and I know I only have turtles.
Of course.
Two, I can see where the spine of the book is, and it's clearly upside down. I said backwards. It was upside down. It wasn't like a manga. It was upside down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You with me?
Yeah, backwards.
You guys with me?
Gotcha. So they put it in the comic book sleeve.
And in theory, you take out 4 books out of like a file cabinet, essentially, right?
Yep.
He takes out the 4 books, and he's holding them one way. And like you
So
should...
it's 4 now.
It was... I only had 3 books. There were 4 in there.
Oh.
Yeah.
It keeps going.
It's not a crazy twist. There was like one of those books that's like an ad, like a preview issue.
Gotcha.
Shows you a bunch of stuff. So he takes the pile and he picks it up and he's holding it by the spine on the right. So looking at the back of it. And he's like, it's Predator and Spider-Man. I'm like, I just went, okay, yeah. And then he goes, and it looks like, flips it over. He goes, oh, this is the free one. So I was about to be like, I don't know what that is. And he was like, oh, this is a free one. I'm like, okay, cool.
Cool.
The next one, I forget what's on the back, but let's go with Transformers. He's like, you got flips this one over and he goes, oh, it's Turtles. And I was like, yeah, they should be all Turtles. And then he puts that one down and he gets the last one. And he looks at it for a couple minutes and it's like, I don't even know, whatever preview. He's like, it's Wolverine and Batman go out to lunch. And I'm like, okay, yeah, dude.
Are they in the plastic case or are they just by themselves?
No, just individual issues. They're not in anything. They're
so
just
he's
like,
legit holding them backwards.
he's holding them backwards.
I thought if it was in like, you know, the little safe.
No, they're not
plastic-
sleeved.
They're not
They're
sleeved.
loose books off the shelf.
Insane.
And he's holding them in his hand and he's just
Insane.
reading me the ads from the back of the comics. And I'm like, I wanted to be like, they're all Turtles, dude.
It's like, just flip it.
But how do you go, you're holding them upside down? That's such, how dumb do you feel? I didn't want to make him feel dumb. I know what they are already.
Right, you know what you're here to get. There isn't like a system that says they all should be turtles? Like on the computer, like, oh, he should be getting 4
I don't know.
turtles?
I don't know what he sees on the computer. Well, he just went straight to the drawer, actually. Because I was like, I have some books under my name. So he didn't look at anything before that. But he also took about as long as it just took me to tell that story for him to figure out. And I'm like, I know what I got, dude. Like, it's you can just ring them up. And then he tried to sell me the free book. And he was like, oh, wait, that's the free one.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, man, that's fine. Like, just stop scanning it and let me have it.
It's free. It's included.
He was a great dude. He was crushing it.
He's learning.
But man, he was trying real hard to sell me those ads on the back of those books.
You're like, man, I'm down for all these.
Yeah, I was like, I'll take those. So, what do you think of the
What?
what Tim thinks of the Sonic DC crossover is that he has them and is excited.
Yes. It took us 20 minutes to get to that.
Number 2.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry, I had to tell you my comic story.
I'm happy to hear it.
Also, the funniest part of that is there were 3 books. So confirms I was 3 months late.
Yes.
To pick up my books.
The 4th one would throw me off.
3? Yeah, it did, dude.
But it's cool they keep them.
Yeah, I think because my last name.
We're not doing this again.
Second question, Tichu Designs. What's up, Tichu?
What's up?
What's the weirdest thing you guys have seen at a Comic-Con? So, have we been to 2 Comic-Cons?
Let's see.
We've never done Anime Boston, right?
I've done Anime Boston.
I was not there.
By myself.
Was I there?
No.
You went all by your widow lonesome?
I went with a bunch of friends.
Oh, all of a sudden Tim's got a bunch of friends.
Sorry, I got friends.
You know what? It was probably a big event I wasn't invited to.
Yeah, I
it was
love doing
probably
that.
Tim's birthday or Collection Revolution Con.
That was the best.
Oh man, we should make a mini documentary about Collect Con and the people who weren't invited and how close they are to you, blood wise. Ranking people who weren't invited to Collect Con based on how blood related they are.
Number 1, mom. Oh shoot.
Oh yeah, it's pretty crazy.
What's the weirdest thing we've seen? Both of us were. Which convention was it? I think it was Boston Comic Con, and we saw
Comic-Con was sick. Dude.
Comic-Con was so sick.
Was that the first con we went to?
Yeah, that was the one where we saw
Stan Lee.
Stan Lee.
So rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Legend. Also, I have no mustache in that picture.
That's pretty funny.
Neither do you.
I got a little bit. I got a beard.
That's a mustache?
I mean, it's hair. Hair on your lip is a mustache.
Does your lip even know it's there, dude?
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
we met
afraid.
Stan Lee.
Yeah.
I had a recording of him.
Oh, you don't have it anymore?
My phone lost it, dude. I was like, phone, you better find it. And it was like,
What did he
"On
say?
my
He
phone."
said,
How are you?
How are you?
How are you? So good, dude.
I'll never forget the time Brett had to go to the bathroom.
Oh my gosh, dude.
We're sitting in line to go get a photo with Stan Lee, and Brett's like, I'm going to go pee. I'm going to go run to the bathroom. So it's me and our cousin, Duke, Daniel, whatever we want to call him, Donato, a million names.
Yeah.
And so we're sitting in line hanging out. Brett's doing whatever he's doing, and this big entourage comes flying by. Stan Lee with like 6 guys surrounded him, literally like as close as Brett and I are, coming running by, rushing to get his picture. Well, to be in the picture area.
Right next to Stan Lee.
Yep. As close as we were with that picture.
And I come back. I think I got a drink too. I came back with like a Pepsi.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, what's up, guys?
How's it going?
You were like, you just missed Stan Lee. And I was like, what? I totally thought they were playing me.
Yep.
And nope, sure enough, he had
We got
walked
to see
right
him
by.
before Brett.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then I had the wacky idea to turn on my voice memos and just record whatever happened because it was so quick.
Yeah.
Like you guys probably know if you ever do any of these like celebrity photos, they're literally, they walk you in, hey, how are you? Okay, good. All right. Thank you so much for changing my life forever. And they're like, okay. And then you leave.
That lady, she was going, what was she going?
Oh.
Ready!
That's right. Yeah. I don't even remember being able to see her.
I know.
Like, was she the photographer?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I thought she was just the ready lady.
Nope, she was just
ready. Next. Ready. Dude, it's crazy.
We heard it for like 3 hours as we
Yeah,
were
because
waiting
we were in the line. Yeah.
Oh.
But all I got was us walking up, and you hear like shuffling and stuff because my
Yep.
phone was in my pocket, and you just hear him go, "How are you?"
Yeah.
And then I lost it.
That was it. But we still remember it.
we remember it. It was a good time.
So I don't know if that's the weirdest though.
The weirdest.
We saw what's her face in Legends of Tomorrow walking her dog.
That was weird. I would count that as weird.
That was pretty weird.
What was her name in the show? Let's. Who was she?
I know. It's
Who is this mystery? I thought that was her, but it was not her.
no. It wasn't Black Canary, was it? It was
No, she wore the white suit.
No.
Dude, you're stuck on Black Canary. No, was that Canary too?
Yeah, I think so.
Legend of... Wow, I haven't thought about this song in
That song. Wow, I mean
this show in a very long time. That's such a cool cover.
I know. What was
Dude,
find it.
not Katie Lotz. Was it Katie Lotz?
Yeah.
Sarah.
Yep.
Sarah Lance.
Yep. Sarah Lance.
Yeah. That's crazy. I forgot about that, dude. All right, so that's probably the weirdest thing.
And look, Stanley.
Stanley.
What a weird connection.
Trending stars at Comic-Con.
Wow, 6 years ago.
How can that be? Oh, okay.
Okay.
I was like, how? What?
Oh, what?
What's going on? Yeah, so Katie Lotz, who you guys would recognize her if you look her up, from Arrow, The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow.
Yep.
We were sitting outside. We'd probably been there for a while at that point.
Yeah, taking a little snack break or whatever.
Just hanging out, and she just comes walking by, walking her dog.
Yep.
And that was a weird moment.
We're like, wait, was that? What's her face? Like,
Yeah.
at the time we probably named her properly, but
Yeah.
yeah, it was
We
just
know
funny.
both the names. Just say it.
Yeah.
Now.
I'm not gonna say it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to where I am now.
Tim's a very live in the moment guy.
Exactly.
I just realized it's a funny cup to have in our
I know. Mom got those like a week ago, and I hate them
Why?
because
They're like cookout cups.
yeah, they're not good for drinking. As
I mean,
pull
it's
up
doing the job.
my 128 milliliter. So I am gonna bring this, but I'm not gonna bring it in the con. This is gonna be my refill water.
Refill.
So, because usually we have to like go to the sink to refill our water so the next day. This is gonna have fresh, good water.
That's smart. Yeah, Tim's alluding to the fact that we're going to PAX East next week.
Yep.
And we're super stoked after this and recording an episode of Cricket City, which is that from the Cup?
I think so.
That's weird.
Another reason I hate it.
Yeah, whack. which is our Patreon and YouTube members exclusive podcast. We're going to do some planning for content for PAX East. So if you're not following us on Instagram and YouTube, you should do that. And we're going to try to get some interviews because every year that we go to PAX, we talk to indie developers and they're always super cool.
We always have such good conversations about because they're always so passionate about their games. Yeah. And we're passionate about playing them. And I think it's just good for everybody to learn more about our favorites.
Right. And it's such a cool, you feel the vibe of the community.
Yeah, the vibe of your mother.
And we got some friends going there. What? We got some friends going there, and we're gonna hit some of them up because they're cosplayers. We're gonna try to track down some other cosplayers. So it's gonna be fun. Yeah. And Tim always has water plans because
it's very important to stay hydrated. You don't want to be one of those people that pass out at PAX East and then everybody talks about it.
I don't know.
Or maybe you do.
It's great promotion.
Yeah. I'll make sure I'll pass out and then I'll rip open my shirt and I'll just say the Keep Up across it. The Keep Up Podcast.
You do have on your list to get a tattoo this year.
So why would I tattoo the Keep Up Podcast to my chest?
I mean, didn't we just discuss why that would be beneficial?
No.
Next question from...
It was going to be a shirt under. I would rip open and it'd be a shirt.
Oh, yeah, you didn't say it was a shirt.
Oh,
I thought you said it'd be
It was
your
implied,
chest.
guys. I don't have it.
From the real N. Sylvester. What's up, my guy?
Yo, you're real.
Definitely need to review Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered. Apologies if you have already. We have not. Tim has been playing it. I have never played it at all. I've never played any version of Oblivion. This did catch my attention because I've never played it.
Yeah, it's shadow dropped. They released it the day they announced
Which
it.
seems wild.
Yeah.
But also, you don't need to... You know that's going to come out and people are going to fly.
Yeah, they don't need to hype it up or anything. It's Oblivion. And I don't know what happened there. It destroyed so many records.
Really?
So many people were playing it. Game Pass. It might be, I don't know where it is right now, but one of the most successful Game Pass launches ever.
I would imagine. I don't know what.
But they also had 1 million players outside of Game Pass too, which is huge.
Wow.
Huge. I believe that's on Steam alone too.
Oh my gosh, that's insane.
That just shows how powerful the Elder Scrolls series is.
Yeah.
Oblivion. And I was never the biggest fan of Oblivion because I played it many years after it came out.
Okay.
So I played Skyrim first and then Oblivion after, and it was just
tough to go back.
You can't do it that way. Skyrim is such a huge upgrade compared to that. But this remaster plays a lot like Skyrim. It's got a lot of those systems and elements, and it's a combination of both. But amazing. It's so satisfying and
that's very cool.
Feels like the old Bethesda because new Bethesda's kind of iffy. I didn't really like Starfield very much. I got to go back and give it another shot because I do love Bethesda jank.
Dude, okay, it's so weird because two things you just said reminded me. I know we're not talking about this game right now, but I just finished Hi-Fi Rush.
Oh yeah,
oddly a Bethesda game.
Yeah, technically, because Bethesda owned Tango Gameworks, so it's Tango.
Yeah,
but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how far Bethesda's hands were.
Me neither, because it's weird to see their bumper when you're you're loading up the game, and you're like, what? And that game was also shadow dropped, which was so strange because I was just reading up on it because I just beat it, and it's so good, and I feel like you don't hear a ton about it.
No, it was amazing when it came out. It was super huge, and a lot of people are really sad that the studio closed down.
Yeah, Tango shut down, right?
Yep. But I think they're coming back. They're getting revived in some fashion. I think they got bought by another company. But anyways, Hi-Fi kind of feels like it came and went.
Yeah, and I did hear, you're right, when it was first out, that's kind of what caught my attention outside of just seeing it on Game Pass and being like, what is this? But every review I heard was I don't know where this game came from, but it's pretty amazing.
Yep.
And it was great. And I'll probably talk more about it on a later episode. But it's the games are so completely different. But I've been seeing a bunch of stuff about Oblivion, and it looks really good. And I've never played a Bethesda game unless you count Hi-Fi Rush.
Right.
But it doesn't feel like what people think of. I don't know. It's like when people talk about From Software now, they're talking about Souls-likes.
Yes, 100%.
But would you recommend I play it?
Yeah. I mean, since you haven't played any of them, all of them are so good in their own regard. I think it does help to understand that the engine from the time was like it's a 360 era game.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of jank, and it's like it's not impressive. It is technically impressive in some regards because it is a complete remaster of the original game.
Sure.
So everything looks so much better, and it's like visually it's appealing, but it's also a 360 game, so there's a lot of like jank and weird animations and stiffness. But that's why I really love Bethesda games, because I grew up playing Fallout and Skyrim and like all their type of games, so I get it how they're supposed to work. But I mean, you could easily jump into Fallout 4 and then jump to like Oblivion. It depends if you're in the mood for sci-fi or fantasy, really.
I love having options.
Right. But I think it's really great. I think it's strong on nostalgia, but I think going in as a new player, I think there's still a lot of charm there.
So you're saying
It's a keeper.
haven't heard that word in a while.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
That was like a bonus game segment. I don't know how that happened.
Dude, that's what I love about doing reflections and questions, because you get this is what you get.
You never know what you're going to get.
All right, Sarah Daniels. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
She said, a segment sometime about movies at 50. Jaws, Monty Python, and the Holy Grail, etc. So are these movies at 50? Have those been out for 50 years?
Yeah, which means they're from the 70s.
Tim's Achilles. Tim's cinematic Achilles. Yeah, that would be kind of cool to do, actually.
Yeah, like revisit, like these movies are 50 years old.
Yeah.
And maybe it would be fun to like look at how they impacted at the time and if they still hold up today.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, don't get me wrong. I respect some movies from the 70s.
You just ignore the fact they're from the 70s.
Right. I just close my eyes and I'm like, this is modern.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong about the inherent grossness of 70s films. Like, especially, I saw a meme the other day that was so funny. I can't remember what they were using as the progressively gross image. I think it might have been like a weird, like creepypasta Mickey Mouse or something like that. But it was like horror now. Oh, no, it was SpongeBob.
Okay.
It was like horror now, and it was like the rounded SpongeBob, horror in the 90s, and then I forget how it progressed, but horror in the 70s was like the most disgusting, terrifying nightmare picture you'd ever see.
Of course.
Because it was just like, I don't know, Grindhouse era, and like everything was just grain and looked real, and Texas Chainsaw vibes, and yeah. And then you get like Star Wars and Jaws.
Right. And then you get the other ones.
And Monty Python. That would be a cool segment. And then something we can cover right now, Sarah also said summer blockbuster forecast. So Thunderbolts, the new Mission Impossible, Fantastic Four. This is one I need help with. What is that? HTTYD.
HTT. How to Train Your Dragon.
There it is. The live action one.
Live action
Very
one.
interesting. Nice work, Tim, first
Thank
of
you.
all.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thunderbolts looks fun to me.
Yeah, the reviews have been really good for it.
Love hearing that. The cast just looks like a blast. So I'm excited about that. It has good summer blockbuster vibes all over it.
Yep.
Waiting for Marvel to like find their stride again. I
think hopefully this will be the first step. I'd like to see this in the theaters. I'm not like, I don't have any plans for it or anything, but I'd totally be down if the moment comes up.
It'd be cool to catch that, which is so wild to even think that I've missed any Marvel movies in the theaters, because there was a time where that was a non-negotiable.
Yep.
Like
but at this point, I've at least missed 2, 3. Captain America, completely forgot about that.
I still haven't seen it.
Yeah. Well, is it on Disney Plus yet?
It might be.
Yeah. So Miss Cap, and then
the Marvels. Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't see either.
And then Daredevil's out right now. I haven't watched that either.
Yep. I have heard good things about Daredevil. I don't know if the whole thing is good, but I'm hoping we're getting back to that.
Yep.
That feeling. The new Mission Impossible, I'm excited about. This is supposed to be the final one. What? Oh.
I'm spiking the camera. It's like, really? Is it going to be the last one?
I thought an alarm was going off again. I got really nervous.
You're like, no.
I was like, Tim's going to kick me off the podcast.
Dude, I'm a sucker for those movies.
Oh, I love them. I love them. I can't wait for this one. In fact, every time a Mission Impossible movie comes out, could this be the year that I do it?
What?
I want to watch all of them again. Because I occasionally revisit. I will never forget how good 3 is. Like, that one's pretty etched in my mind, because Philip Seymour Hoffman's like an incredible...
I can't remember for the life of me, 2.
2?
2, yeah.
2's so new metal.
Yeah, but like...
2 is just like it's I don't know. It reminds me of like, it's GoldenEye-esque, but it wasn't it John Woo?
Yep.
So he, I always remember the motorcycle scene. It's just crazy over the top. Limp Bizkit did the theme
Dude,
song.
it is so new metal.
It's crazy.
But
So,
the third one is amazing. I agree with you 100%.
Third one's unbelievable.
It's been like 10 years since I've seen the fourth one. Ghost Protocol? Yeah.
And it was so good.
Yeah, that one I saw in theaters. Nice.
So good. And everyone, I'm like, oh, are these movies still good? And I watched it. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
they are.
So good. So I at least want to watch part one because this is a part two
Yes.
of what the hell's the subtitle? I don't remember.
So it originally was the Last Reckoning, and then it
just
changed.
Reckoning, I think.
Oh yeah, Mission Impossible Reckoning, and then the next one is the Final Reckoning.
Final Reckoning, yeah.
Yeah, but they changed the name because it was like it was something else before.
I think it was Reckoning Part 1.
Yeah,
And now they're two different titles.
yeah, crazy.
But I did feel like the last movie, it was great. I enjoyed it. It just so much happened in it. And the dog just scared me to death. Just walking in the room like he owns the place.
As he does.
But I don't know why he waited so long. He's usually in the videos now. So I do wonder how well it's going to do. I don't know how well these do in the theaters.
Yeah, I don't know. The last one I think did pretty well.
Yeah?
Yeah, we saw it in theaters, and
Yeah, we
that was a good time.
Ruled.
So now my question is, if you decide to rewatch it, or if I do I buy a collection that only has 7 of the movies, and then, or what are we up to? 7, 8, whatever the newest one is.
She said MI8 in the
so
response.
it's 8. So yeah, do I get a collection that has 7 of them, and then wait to add it, or wait till the full collection's out?
Well, if you get you probably get a collection of goody. Wow.
Yeah, get a collection of goodie
You
bags.
could get a collection of goody pretty. A pretty good price now because everyone's thinking the same thing you just said.
Yeah.
But then they'll probably put out like a collection of the two Reckoning movies. So you just add that, and then there's a little bridge. You got 7 in 2 different places.
Oh, see, I don't want 2 copies of the same one.
Sure you do, in case one breaks. But I think that's going to do well. Fantastic Four after Thunderbolts, I think, because in my mind, I think Thunderbolts is going to be... That felt like, I don't know if that sounded like a weird jump. I'm going down the list that Sarah gave here. I feel like Thunderbolts is going to be like a fun, I want to say like, what do I want to compare it to?
Team up movie.
Yeah, team up like an Avengers with less stakes than Avengers had. And
More hamburgers, I think.
So many burgers, dude. And wings. Hot dogs.
Yeah, okay.
And I think Fantastic Four, everyone's looking at as like this big kind of relaunch of the MCU. So I think it's going to be a different energy. Still looks really fun, but
Yeah,
I
don't know what to expect from that movie at all.
I don't either, but I feel like that's where we're going to get big meaty steaks. You know?
Yeah, world-changing stakes.
How to Train Your Dragon, I have a tension with because the originals are so good, and I haven't loved getting every Disney movie remade as a live action.
Yep.
So if
I think it's
DreamWorks
unnecessary.
is getting in on that, like the coolest parts of How to Train Your Dragon have to remain animated because we don't have dragons.
Right.
So like
they're still animated in the live action version.
I don't know. I just like, why wouldn't I just watch How to Train Your Dragon?
Yep. Yeah, that one's no interest.
I really am not rushing to see that one. I think it will do well. It's probably the most like family oriented movie coming out this summer. Yeah, all these other ones I feel like are for me. You know?
They're for me.
The kids can come if they want, but
It's for you.
I'm going. You guys are the best. Thank you for giving some responses, letting us know what you want to talk about. You can always do this, whether we're posting stories or not. You can comment on any YouTube video, anything we post on
Even
Instagram.
if it doesn't match the video, you could do like a random video and be like, hey, here's my comment.
Totally.
Because, that's just where you want to put it.
You can
and
be
that's
like,
okay.
hey, cool video, idiots. You should talk about this instead.
I read the other day that if you comment like popular or hot things in your comments, that those videos get viewed more.
Really?
So if like people will go around and put Taylor Swift in a bunch of comments, and it'll push the video more because it's like, ooh, this is a hot
We should incorporate it and be like, man, I bet Taylor Swift cares about this stuff or whatever.
If you like Taylor Swift, put it in the comments.
If you like Taylor Swift, you'll love this video of us making hot dogs.
Peanut butter hot dogs.
We still have that request for a follow-up with the like Swiss cheese and stuff.
Yeah, we haven't done a food video in a while.
We haven't. No, it's been a lot of reactions, but my schedule's different now.
Yep,
we didn't even
life's
talk
different.
about all the changes life has thrown at us.
I know. I'm like 400 pounds less right now.
Tim lost a lot of weight. I got a lot of time. because I got a new job.
Yeah.
It's different.
Same job. Well, like same location, but new.
Yeah, I got promoted.
Yeah.
That's how you say
Promotion.
that. Yeah, my boss referred to it as a promotion.
That's. I think it sounds like one.
And I lost a couple pounds.
Yeah, Brett's losing weight.
Shut up,
He's trying to
dude.
catch up to me. You know?
I am. This is the keep up with Tim,
Yep. What?
where Brett tries to keep up with Tim.
I think you can. My pace is like 8 to 10 pounds a month. Is what I'm losing.
Pretty good. What are you at right now?
254.
254.
Yep.
I was down to, because I gained again, 254, so I was at 259
Nice.
this morning.
Yeah, I think you'll catch up.
Coming for you. 30 days, no sugar. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, because you'll do some like extreme things that no sugar. I can't. Do
No processed sugar. So like I'm trying to stay away from candy and stuff like, because it's my Achilles. So I'm trying to just like lower my craving for it. But I'm still doing like peanut butter. I'm not like cutting out fruit, stuff like that.
Yeah,
Just trying to avoid the
that's it. You're just being smart about it,
cheesecakes in life.
dude. We got hit with so many, so many parties and birthdays and events.
We have another one next week. Day 1 of PAX is our mother's birthday.
which is a fantastic time.
It's going to be awesome. It's just, we've literally gone out to eat, I don't know, 3 times a week since the beginning of March. It's crazy.
It's been this month has been I've fluctuated a lot, but not as bad. Like I've only gone up 1 or 2 pounds. Where
that's
before
great.
where I would eat bad, I would go up like 5 pounds.
That's the thing, dude. Once you get in the place where you can go out to eat and handle it and
Yep.
doesn't throw off your whole life, it's a beautiful place to be.
Yeah, like after what we ate yesterday at the Cheesecake Factory, I didn't go up at all. I stayed flat.
Love that.
And I ate crazy.
You did eat crazy last night.
So much that I had to go to bed when I got home.
Tim got home and went to bed. It was 6:30 p.m. No, it was like 9, and Tim was asleep by 11, which
Yeah.
is
Insane.
basically 6:30 p.m. for
Yeah.
Tim.
Yep.
Speaking of 6:30 p.m.,
Yes.
what a terrible transition. You know what is on at 6:30 p.m. sometimes?
What?
TV shows.
Wow.
It's time for a review, kids.
Wow.
Television. I'm excited, bro.
He's excited.
All right, we've both watched a lot of TV. I watched Adolescence. I don't know if you guys have heard about that show. That's crazy. Watch that. Did you watch that yet?
Not yet.
That's crazy. I started a new Gundam show. I've never watched a Gundam show.
Ooh, Gundam.
What have you? I like that. What have you been watching?
Let's see. I watched Reboot. Not finished, but I'm working on Reboot.
I didn't know that.
It's it's one of those shows that in your memory
Yeah.
is better than watching it now.
Yes.
But I know the show has like a radical change midway through.
Oh,
the
interesting.
series.
Okay.
Like tonally and stuff. So I'm waiting for that change to happen because right now it's very goofy.
Hmm.
So yeah, I've been working on that. And what else? Well, what we're about to talk about.
We both finished it.
We both finished it.
We've been getting hit hard with a lot of new animated shows that are like exciting.
Yes.
And this is one we've been talking about for a while.
As both big fans of the series, also of the development studio, the art studio, what do you call it? Animation studio.
Yeah, there it is.
Behind it, who has done like many video game adaptations. Of course, we're talking about Devil May Cry.
Devil May Cry.
I did your thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Guns. Yeah. That rocket. Oh, 2 grenades. Okay. Whoa! Are those all like on your chest?
And then this one.
Flamethrower.
Nice.
I didn't expect that one.
Yeah, that's
that
new.
was crazy.
I just added it.
Yeah,
I don't
like
know
it.
where I took it from.
Dude, you could do a Gatling gun. I don't know how you would. It's big though. Like I guess you wouldn't have it on your back.
No. And I think that's, I don't know.
Yeah. Shotgun classic.
Did I do that already?
Yeah, but it's okay.
What else? You know, remember those guns? They would just cycle
light
through
up?
different noises. Yeah. And then it would go. I guess it's supposed to be an explosion, but just
Yeah.
sounded like a death in an Atari game or something.
That's what it was. Video game sounds that they just threw in a gun. Speaking of guns,
Yeah, there it is.
Devil May Cry.
Devil May Cry, baby, from the director and animation studio behind Castlevania.
Amazing.
One of the greatest animated shows. Maybe the greatest animated show.
Pretty freaking close.
Castlevania Nocturne.
Yep. Captain
And-
Laserhawk I saw.
Yeah, Captain Laserhawk.
Mm-hmm.
There was another one. I can't remember what it's called.
Tomb Raider, right?
Did they do
guess
Tomb
not.
Raider?
I mean, they're not. It's not listed here.
This is the director's.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, the Kong one, the
Oh yeah.
Tomb Raider. Recently was Tomb Raider. Recently it was Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider.
But not the same director. I
Not the
guess.
same director, but same animation studio.
Devil May Cry came out I don't know, a couple months ago, a month ago, 2 weeks ago, an hour ago.
Yeah, pretty.
April
pretty-
3rd.
Yeah, so a month ago.
Yeah, about a month
Not
ago.
even.
And we both ripped through it pretty quick.
Yeah,
mean,
it's. I mean, it's not a long watch. Each episode's about 30 minutes. I think there's 8, 9 episodes, 12,
8.
8. Sure.
I think they were 8.
Did you ever watch the original anime?
I didn't.
Me neither.
Really, you've never watched it?
I watched the first episode because I had it on an anime DVD that had the first episode of a bunch of animes.
That's cool. Okay.
And I got that in I don't even know. I got a magazine. It was called New Type Magazine.
Oh,
so it had the first episode. So I saw the first
I
episode.
miss demo discs.
I know, it was so cool. It was so cool. So I wanted to rewatch it for this. I didn't get around to it, but now I'm very curious to watch it to see how it compares. But yeah, this going into the show, I expected it to be bonkers.
Yeah.
I expected it to be insane action, really capture the feel of the games, which, having recently played Devil May Cry 2 and 3, which if we have time, we'll talk about later.
Yeah.
But at least Devil May Cry 2, I didn't want him to be like that, Dante. Much more like Devil May Cry 3 and from that point on, where he's like cracking jokes, he's shooting everybody and all that stuff. What we got, I think that's in there.
Yeah.
I think that Dante and that feeling's in there.
I think so.
For about an episode and a half. And this is where we come to the point where the show secretly is actually Lady May Cry. Because Dante is not the main character of this show. At least in my opinion.
I guess you're right, but it didn't strike me that way until you said it. It is a lot of Lady.
It's a lot of Lady.
And how do you feel about Lady's portrayal in the show?
So after finishing Devil May Cry 3, I really didn't know too much about Lady because she doesn't show up in many of the games besides 3. She's like a side character, and 4 pops up, and you can play as her in 4, and then 5. I don't even remember if she's in 5.
It's funny because that's the one I've played most recently, and I can't remember either. That game is I might replay that game soon. It was so much fun.
I'm working my way through them. I can't wait to get back
You
to
haven't?
it.
Have you played?
Oh yeah,
you played it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just
all
replaying
right.
them.
Okay.
So this is like my as far as like the introduction to Lady and how she's portrayed in the show. I actually really thought she was awesome.
I did too.
I thought she like kicked total butt. I thought maybe she swore a little too much. Every other,
Yes, I thought that as well. It didn't feel natural. It felt really forced.
yes, that she was just constantly like putting on this macho, I don't know, persona and just swearing every chance she got. Which in the game she does not swear that much at all.
Right.
Which I don't usually mind swearing, but when it's literally every time the character speaks, I'm like, okay, I get it.
That's funny that it stuck out to you. Because I was wondering if it was just me. I was like, why every time she says it, I'm like, ugh. Like it just wasn't. Like I said, it just felt forced. It didn't feel like it fit her character. It was just like she needs to be as edgy as possible.
Yes.
And she already was. She didn't need to like be so pissed about everything.
Yeah, I mean, her story. Maybe a
Okay,
little
she
bit.
could be that pissed about everything, but just the vocab could have been cleaned up a little.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
what she was saying had its own impact. It
Right.
just that did feel like a little bit much. So that's funny that
Very
stood
edgy
out to you.
teenager, you know.
Yeah, right.
But as far as the show goes, I thought it did a pretty good job overall. Like, it is mostly based off of Devil May Cry 3.
Yeah.
That's the story it follows. It obviously takes some artistic liberties with the story and changes some things, but it works as a pretty good origin for both Dante and Lady. Dante, obviously, in my opinion, still needs a lot of work building up his story.
Yeah.
Because again, I feel like he takes a back seat for a lot of it.
I would agree with that. I think when he was on screen, I was so stoked.
Yep.
Because the animation does not disappoint.
No.
The fights are incredible.
Yep.
The action in these shows is like, I don't know, man. I feel spoiled every time we get a new animated show of this caliber. And I actually remembered the other day that I still haven't watched Castlevania Nocturne. And so I'm like,
Oh,
hyped.
you have that? Oh,
I know. I still have that. I
Yeah.
haven't watched it yet.
Season 2 is killer.
Season 2. I
Yes.
watched season 1. I didn't
Yep.
watch season 2. So yeah, I mean, I think I maybe didn't notice it because I also watched it in the span of like 2 days. So I kind of got it all at once. So maybe I felt like they were well intertwined, but I definitely did notice that Lady was like that story and that whole team was taking up a lot of the storytelling.
Big time. Yep.
Yeah.
And I didn't mind it. I especially considering her lack of origin in Devil May Cry 3, it's great for Lady fans.
That's a good point.
They really it is. I would say that is like canon story of Lady. It should be anyways because it's a great story. I like her origin. I do like the whole show. Again, I just wish there was more Dante. That's really my only complaint.
You know what might have taken my attention from Dante is the villain in this show is one of my favorite things I've seen in a very long time.
He's really cool. People don't really like him though.
Why?
And I say people, I mean it's the internet, so it's like negative.
Dude,
for
okay,
people.
that's interesting. This is the first time hearing that.
Yeah.
Am I totally misremembering, or is he not in the games?
He's not in the games.
Okay.
He's completely original, to my knowledge, anyways.
Dude, I don't know. If you can give me some context, I'm curious.
Yep.
I don't know why people would not like this villain.
Yeah.
He, from the first time you see him in the first episode, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, because he's creepy, but like funny, like a little bit of Joker vibe, but also like super powerful and mysterious because clearly there's more to him than meets the eye.
Of course, yeah.
Just a creepy bunny guy and being based all around Alice in Wonderland and stuff.
That never fails to me. That's always cool.
Yep.
Whenever, Mad Hatter and Batman and stuff, like it just is a formula that works. And he's also one that as we got more of his story, I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I really like this villain.
I wish he was in the games now.
I do too.
Maybe they'll add him in the
I was going to say, maybe we'll get him, yeah.
Yeah, because he seems like one of those villains that would show up for like a couple chapters, maybe not a whole game. Because sometimes those will show up. It'll be like a boss for like 3 levels.
Yeah.
And then it'll be like another villain shows up type deal.
Right.
So he could be the start to something. But I think he'd be great in his own game. But yeah, really strong villain. I think all the characters were pretty good. Like, I felt like the whole demon hunting task force team was like a little underutilized.
Yeah.
I think they had like strong parts, but they all had like cool designs that I feel like were not used because they might have not been in it as much as I had hoped.
Yeah, they were kind of a supporting cast for Lady's story, I guess, more than anything.
But they all seemed like cool, and I was like, ooh, what abilities does that one have? And
it's funny, you wouldn't think, I was like, 8 episodes, like we're going to get to see a lot. And I mean, really, I guess it focused on like a few characters primarily. And that was a big group, and we got a little bit, but they started, a little bit of a spoiler, but they started killing them pretty quick too.
yes.
I was like, oh shoot, all right.
Yep.
And very brutal. It was
Yes.
funny because I was putting it on, and Rach is not like, she deals with violence, but she's like, if it's overtly brutal, it like stays with her.
Yeah.
So she's like, how violent is this going to be? And I was like, I think it's going to be mostly like demons dying and stuff. So it'll be violent, but I don't know how bad it'll be. And in the first episode, it's the rabbit in the museum.
Yep.
There's a lot of human death.
There's
and
a
it
lot.
is up close. And I think a camera goes through someone's head at one point, and I was like, sorry, babe, I was wrong.
I lied.
I was very wrong. I'm really surprised people don't like the villain. Thinking back, he felt so dangerous. That's what made him such a good villain, is like, this is a villain with real power.
Yep.
It's not like the first time he meets Dante, he's going to be overtaken. Like, there were some real juicy stakes.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
The most juiciest of steaks.
But people just don't like him because he's a new character, or what's the pushback on the show?
Yeah, so the pushback actually originates from the director. I think so. A lot of people like to throw around that he was, I guess, a Reddit mod for like some Reddit subreddit about gaming and like stuff like that, and so people are like, that's his credentials, that he only used to be on Reddit and found some friends and he was able to direct all this stuff. But yeah, I guess there's just some negative pushback on the director as well, because they just feel like he is no, I don't want to say pretentious, but like, yeah, they just keep throwing out Reddit mod. That's the big insult.
That's weird. I mean, I don't know. I mean, his work is awesome, though.
Yeah.
So,
seriously, like everything
what are we
he's
talking about?
worked on. And obviously it's more than just him, but he usually will like write and produce and like, do a lot for these shows. So
Yeah, so he's a producer on a lot of these.
And what's his name again?
Adi Shankar.
Adi Shankar.
I could be pronouncing that incorrectly, but and let's see, creator Alex Larsen.
I haven't heard much on Alex at all, actually.
Let's see, Alex Larsen. Yasuke.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's a writer on that? I loved that show.
Yeah, Yasuke was fun. Yasuke.
Did I say it wrong?
No, I think you're right. Could be Yasuke.
Oh, dude. I forgot about this show.
Yeah.
That show was sick, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And then who? So those are the creators.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they work together. But yeah, I've been hearing a lot of things on Adi. Mostly that people are just like, he shouldn't be doing this. Why does Lady get all the screen time? Blah, blah, blah,
This is what I was looking for. So he actually didn't direct the episodes. There were multiple different directors.
Oh, okay.
He was an executive producer on this, but he does seem to be the mind and writer behind
showrunner,
all of
maybe?
these shows. Yeah, he developed it. The series was created, and the story was by him.
Yep.
Same thing. Alex Larsen has all the same credits. So yeah, I mean, his work is obviously good, and it's weird to. So people are just mad that he was on Reddit and is now here.
Yeah, like it might string from jealousy or because a lot of, and I say a lot, I mean, I don't know what the general internet consensus is. This is just I see it on Twitter. I just see
it's out there.
Yeah.
It's an opinion.
People were not super satisfied with the series because the lack of Dante, because Lady's portrayal, I think for too much language, like some of the points I had that we were talking about earlier is like the general consensus. But
and then you think that's getting pushed over to
the director
to be like, all right, this guy is responsible for all the things I hate about this show.
Right, like if he wasn't here, the show would be
the
made
show would
better.
be better. Yeah,
yeah.
That's interesting.
But do they not look at Castlevania and the other things he's directed? Did they hate that too? I don't know, because Castlevania, to my understanding, was universally loved.
Yeah, I don't know how you could watch it and not love it. I think this is a lot of people's tension with the internet lately. That everyone finds something negative to say, even when it's
a great thing.
Yeah, and it just gets worse and worse. But that brings up another interesting thing too, a fear that I have had. We've talked about in the past. I don't know if you've ever felt this, but if you become successful or known on the internet for something, whether you become a famous, a reviewer on TikTok, or you're famous on Instagram for, visual art or whatever, then I guess some fields would be different actually, because I bet a visual artist wouldn't have a problem with this. But let's say you become famous for reviews on TikTok. Are you ever taken seriously if you start to become an actor? If you're in a Hollywood film, I feel like there's a thing where people are like, oh, they came from this and now they're doing this. It's the same thing that happens when an actor becomes a musician or vice versa. It happens more now.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I guess one of the most notable examples of that, and I believe it was it Ronald Reagan was an actor before and then became president? Or Nixon?
I never thought, not Nixon.
It was Reagan.
It was Reagan.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Arnold Schwarzenegger too, I guess. Also was.
Oh, true. Yeah,
an actor who became a governor of California. Yeah. I mean, obviously I wasn't around during the Reagan era, so I don't know how public perception of him was when he became president.
Yeah, I don't either.
And I'm not familiar enough with Ronald Reagan's history to know if he was a successful actor.
In 1937, he moved to California, where he became a well-known film actor.
Mm-hmm.
He was president of the Screen Actors Guild twice.
Wow. President all over the place.
Dude just loves being a president.
I guess so. So, I mean, I don't know how that goes. But yeah, I think at least in that regard, you could get as far as being president if you were an actor.
Yeah, it's just I think about it with the YouTube space and stuff. If you become a famous YouTuber and then do you have obviously we've seen YouTubers go into crazy corners of entertainment.
Yes.
So it's not that there are barriers, but I just wonder if public opinion gets harsher, we see how the Pauls get reacted to, and they've totally turned it into their career, just being heels and everything. But something like this where it's they know him as a Reddit mod, so for some reason that speaks to his abilities as a showrunner.
Right, because he became successful, the things he did in his past, are negative points to where he is now.
It sounds like he was in the culture if he was a Reddit mod for a gaming...
Right. For a gaming subreddit. Yeah. I don't know what it was specifically, if it was movies or whatever, but it's you would want someone who knows about games and who's in the culture.
I would think.
That's what I think.
So how do you feel overall after digesting Devil May Cry, thinking about the pros and cons. Where do you put it? What do you?
So
what are you
at
feeling?
first, I was a little underwhelmed. I was a little disappointed.
Sure.
Because it was a lot of lady. Then I played Devil May Cry 3, and I was like, this is awesome.
Really?
It made me appreciate the show more because of what little we get of Lady in that. And I'm like, oh, this does her justice. And the more I stewed on it, the more I was like, yeah, I really liked. I liked Lady as a character. I liked the things she went through. And again, Dante was in it. I don't want to say he's not in it, but you do get episodes where he's like stuck in a car for the whole episode. And or he'll be like, I don't know, like flying through the air for like half the episode. And then you get a whole like Lady segment.
It's a Dragon Ball Z power-up episode.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like the parts when Dante's in it's great. The parts when Lady's in it is pretty great too. It was just not what I expected. So it was like my expectations were shifted a little, but
It's not a Knuckles situation.
it's definitely not a
You're not
Knuckles
going
situation.
full episodes without Dante. But
And I can only imagine for season 2, which has already been greenlit and is being worked on, will have more Dante.
that's what I'm excited about. I do feel like they nailed Dante's personality.
Yep.
And it's almost funny. Like I almost have to adjust because he's meant to be so over the top and like that it's silly. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like his one-liners and stuff, but he's meant to be that guy. And yeah, I'm excited about season 2. I think there was a lot of setup in this season, but we still got a lot of action, great set pieces.
we didn't even
and
talk about the music.
we did not. I did not see that coming, and I should have. But using Limp Bizkit's "Rollin'" as the theme song for Devil May Cry,
Dude, I usually skip the opening credits after I see the first one. I played it every episode. Played it out.
so crazy.
It hypes you up so much for the show.
Papa Roach.
Yep.
Okay, I don't know if you can remember. The last episode
Yep.
had a song playing that I did not agree with during like a big moment. What was it?
American Idiot.
Why?
I don't know if that's a spoiler or not, but
I don't think so. but-
because they initially announced all the songs for the show.
Oh, they did?
So I knew it beforehand, except for the Green Day song. It was question marks. So they didn't actually say what it was.
Dude, of all the songs,
And that's a thing that we didn't really discuss when we talked about it, because this show is very like, I don't want to say anti-America, but very like anti-government.
Okay.
Like a lot of the show portrayed the government just doing things for power and money and stuff.
that's true.
And it's a pretty good reflection of what's going on in the world right now, or
Sure.
at least in the U.S. So that song is there to show that America is full of idiots, right? Now, does it work well for a show? No, but I see it as a like a statement. They were
statement.
trying to make a statement.
Sure, I think it bummed me out because the whole show, it felt like the music accented what was happening so well.
Yep.
And this was like the finale moment. Like this was a big moment.
And it's a horrible thing that the music's playing over.
Right. And that's the thing that like it felt, okay, yeah, I'm remembering what's happening there. So, all right, yeah, it's definitely a statement moment. But it didn't feel like...
Devil May Cry is not the show that you make a statement with. That you make a statement on America with. I don't think.
And, well, I feel like they're making it. Like you said, they portray the government in the way that they portray them, regardless of what music they're playing there. And my main thing was the energy of the song. It felt wrong. Like, it just felt like it was this ominous moment. And I guess, like, there's something to be said about that contrast there between what you're seeing and what you're hearing. Maybe upon a rewatch, the artistry of that decision would strike me differently, but it really took me out in the moment.
Yep.
Whereas,
it doesn't always have to hit either. Like maybe there is no artistry behind it. It's just a bad
I know.
decision.
Yeah, it's just like I guess I can see why they made the call, but I just don't think it landed for me. Versus like a motorcycle chase when a remix of Papa Roach's Last Resort comes on.
So
I'm like,
good.
bro, let's go.
Yep.
I'm hyped.
And Afterlife.
Oh yeah, yeah, so great.
So used so perfectly.
And that's a new song, I think.
Yeah,
I think that's
yep.
a new Evanescence song for the show, which is very cool. So it felt like the playlist was what Dante would have picked for the playlist.
100%.
Or the soundtrack. But yeah, that was the one thing and it felt like such a bummer because it's the, I'm not trying to reiterate a point, but after seeing so many songs used well, I was like, right here? Come on, man.
It could be anything.
Yeah. That was the biggest thing, I think, because it was one of the final impressions that I was like, I don't feel like we landed very well there. But story-wise, it was insane. There is a lot of like heartbreaking, heavy stuff to look into or to consider in this story, and particularly with, I think, Lady's story and how she's faced with some really important decisions, and that I think is a statement that does make a very obvious statement, and it's so timely. And not only is it timely to what's happening now, but it's just a thing in human history that 100%. They cover, and you don't need American Idiot to do it. And like, I don't know, man, that song is just like felt like it wasn't it. Also, it's not new metal.
It's not new metal.
You know?
Yeah. Where you'd argue everything else was?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Evanescence, someone could argue, isn't, but they are definitely part of new metal culture. And like...
And what Devil May Cry is, I guess.
Yeah, and I will fight for the culture. Overall, for me, Devil May Cry is a keeper.
I would say Devil May Cry is also a keeper.
Thank you. I knew you'd be with me on that too.
Yeah, I love Devil Mar.
I've stuttered so much in this episode, and I'm trying to just
Dude, it's my life. I've learned to just live with it. I don't know why I stutter so much.
I don't know. You haven't on this. Maybe you lost weight and you lost your stutter. I gained weight and got your...
Dude, I stuttered a lot.
Today?
Yeah.
When?
Listen to the podcast.
I will. You never will hear it again.
No. I make it, and that's enough for me.
Yeah.
As much as I'd love to talk about Devil May Cry 3, we've gone over time.
I have a bunch of games to talk about. Maybe we do a big game segment next week. Oh, no, next week's PAX. Maybe we'll do a podcast next week.
We did it last, well, not last time, but we did it
We'll probably be in the same place Wednesday night.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe we will do another episode. I don't know.
You don't know. You won't get it out Friday, I don't think.
There is that.
But we can still record it.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see. I guess you could edit it Thursday night while we're at PAX.
That's true. We're going to be at the hotel after Mom's dinner. We got a busy week next week.
We got a lot going on.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Especially wow.
Especially yo.
Especially yo.
Maybe you do have my stutter.
I'm telling you, dude. Especially those of you who have been with us for years and years. I'm sorry there have been so many breaks in the podcast, but we're happy to be back, and we hope you're still listening. And if you if you are primarily a listener and you want to support us in another way, you can hop over to YouTube, find the episode you enjoyed listening to, like, comment, anything like that helps us grow the channel and allows us to do more stuff. You can find us all over the place on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, at the Keep Up Podcast. You can also find us, I know there's something else I say. Oh, Patreon. Patreon.com/thekeepup, where you get our exclusive Patreon and YouTube members only podcast, Keep Up in Cricket City. Tim?
Yes?
Tell everybody where they can find you and your other work.
You guys can find me at Collection Revolution all over the place. That's Twitch, that's Instagram, that's Threads, that's Twitter, that's TikTok, that's YouTube. YouTube, I've been posting a lot of vlogs about my health journey. So if you're interested,
they're really good.
They're
really good.
Thank you. So I've been having a lot of fun doing that. But if you don't want to follow me anywhere, Brett,
yeah,
where can everyone follow you and your really long earlobes?
They're not that long, dude.
They're pretty long.
The easiest thing to do is to go to my Instagram at thisdrinkilikeit. That is my personal Instagram. But there was a link tree there. It says something like, here's some things I made. And you can click that, and it'll get you to my my music, my other music, my other podcast, streaming stuff. It's been a minute, but I'll probably be back there soonish. And yeah, whatever you want on there. There are a couple videos coming out from The Christo Show, an episode of a newer podcast on YouTube that I was invited on. That was super fun. But I'll always share stuff on my personal IG, and you can follow my other projects other places. Music is under Animatronic the Abolisher on all streaming platforms. That's it, man. I guess that's the thing.
I think that's it.
We're going to do what's called End Babble, where Tim talks nonsense for about a minute and a half. Feels good podcasting again, Tim.
Oh, my God.
Tim, your theme is...
Okay.
Mario at an all-you-can-eat taco buffet. Super Mario, that is. Mario, to be exact. Thank you, guys. We love you. We'll see you later. Bye.
Oh, Luigi, I'm so hungry. Hey, Mario, let's go get some food. Okay,
The
Luigi.
food was on point. You sounded like Luigi.
Okay, Luigi, let's go get some all-you-can-eat tacos, and then we can have fire flower farts later. That's right, Mario. And then we can go to Princess Peach's castle and poop. Here we go. And so Mario and Luigi go to the unlimited taco buffet where they can eat all the tacos. Oh, Luigi, I ate way too many tacos. I think I'm going to have a Mamma Mia explosion. Wahoo! Mario, watch out. Yoshi's right behind. And so I'll leave you with this. If you got bad gas, don't fart on Yoshi. Don't fart on anybody, because you don't know if it's going to be a number 2 or a number U. Thank you.
Hey, you made it to the end of the video. Very cool. If you liked this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and to the Keep Up podcast wherever you listen to your podcasts. You can also find us at patreon.com/thekeepup, where you can support us monthly for as little as $1 per month, and you can get yourself some cool Keep Up merch in our Etsy shop. Links are down below.
Ready to get started?
On what?
We're doing the bumpers, aren't we?
Yes, we're doing the bumpers. Do you have, you got the remote?
Of course.
Just hit record and we'll ready to go.
All right.